And, of course, Corey, this goes without saying, one of the best to ever play in the United States.
We saw him late last night, and if you were watching and with us late last night, you'd have seen Corey losing to Shane Thompson, but he had to go and dig deep. He had to go and actually had to scrap his way pretty hard in the loser's side of the draw. Had Mark Dimmock, and it was the last match playing because it went on slightly later because of Corey's match being on the TV table, and it was Corey that got over the line. But it was hard graft, 6 racks to 4. No credit to him for digging deep and winning, because it's quite deflating going straight off losing and straight back out there. But he is straight back into the tournament here, and it's nice and even really now, because it's straight knockout, last 32, win or go home.
Yeah, and I think Corey coming off that loss to Shane and then going right back out, and again the tables play a little different when there's lights and everything on them, so he's going from one style of table to slightly different play, but he seemed to do well and knocked out Mark Dimmock and qualified for the last 32. Looking for a little bit of revenge here on this TV table, and going to be shooting this 10 ball in the side here with just a nice roll forward for the 14, looking to strike first against Dynamite. Queuing low, going to see a stun or a draw. Hit that pretty well. It's going to be gapped right through the 3 and the 7 with his bridge, but should be no problem. He sinks the 8 ball 1-0, and in this series now, the final 32, everything is a race to 7 until we get to our championship match.
7 frames to 4, and Chris Melling beat Joey 8, 7 frames to 3. Nothing doing here for Darren.
Yeah, this is an awkward break here. The 10 ball, I believe, can be made in the top left, or I'm sorry, top right. But he's going to have to get good position. The 3 is in trouble, but Corey has a plan for it here as he wants to take the solids.
Yeah, there's a little cluster of 3 stripes on the left as well, making it stripes awkward. Mind you, the solid, there really isn't much on the solids here as well. The cluster below the 8 ball, the 3 ball itself, this is all work here for Corey.
And he has a plan here. Looking at this 1-2 combo, he came up a little short of it, I think.
Well, don't know if he even looked at it or whether that was the plan. He's been, like, the whole time he was just staring down at the 4 ball, and he hasn't got a good angle on that. So it looks like he's going to play the combination.
Well, in here, got a good shot on the 7 ball, and he makes it. I still don't know what the plan is for this 3 ball. Possibly looking at the bank on it, it would hold position for the 8 ball, but do you really want to be banking your last ball for the 8 ball? No, he's going to go for the bank now, and it does hold a good opportunity to block the pocket. If it doesn't go, this will be an absolute phenomenal out here. If Corey can manage it, moves the 8 ball towards the pocket, and that actually was a little unfortunate because now he's going to have to get a better angle on the 8 ball. And cueing slightly over this 8 ball, doesn't want to touch anything with his fingers, his hands. And he's going to pull back here. I don't know if he can see all of this ball. Oh, well, we're going for a photo finish here. The 8 ball looking to be kicked in here by Corey Deuel. Oh no. Great effort there, but a scratch nonetheless. Ball in hand for Darren Appleton. A chance to even up the score 1-1 if he can get out of this mess. One starts off with a good shot there. Looking to maybe bump this 14 ball into a better spot. Oh no, he's going to be just fine. And Corey just, I'm sure he's thinking about that shape on the 8 ball. He bumped it a little bit too much, and having to kick at that 8 really hurt his chances here. And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of these swings in advantage throughout the rest of this tournament.
Interesting for me was the fact that he took it on. I think that's just the way he wants to play. It was such a tough layout that really, I mean, the fact he got as far as he did was a brilliant effort.
And really had the chance for a photo finish with the bank on the 3, a good shot on the 4, but just came up a little shy on the 8 ball. And Darren's going to take advantage here. And our Louisiana shootout champion going to tie up the match 1-1 when this 8 ball drops. And there it is. Dynamite Darren Appleton. No, he's excited to be back and playing. And a really good break here. Made a ball. Got a kind of a tough opener, but he makes this. Everything is kind of laid up. He got great shape on the 10. And from here, it's whatever pattern he decides to play, because all the balls are open, nothing touching, and a chance to get up 2-1 on our score.
Next match on table 6, Nick Carpenter, Shane Thompson, please, table 6.
And Corey here in a really good spot, just 3 balls away. He might have overrolled this just a little bit. And Corey here, great shot on the 11, and this is going to put him up 2-1. There it is. A great run by Corey. Everything was just kind of sitting out in the open.
And sometimes, you know, a small mistake can lead to an error that costs you a rack. And Corey will feel like he should have won the match, and he didn't. Shane will feel like he should have won the match and felt like he lost it, then he ended up winning it. So, amazing match, and who knows, they might end up playing each other again.
Yeah, and I think the crowd had a little bit to do with it, because you had a little bit of a USA versus Europe feel to it. Crowd getting into it, really enjoying themselves last night for that match. And I know with the possibility of them eventually meeting back up again, it would be an absolute great sight to see. Maybe Corey isn't as excited as I would be, but maybe looking for some revenge as well. Darren here just trying to figure out what the best starting point is. Hit that ball well, was able to move the 7. And really his only issue here is going to be that 1 ball. Just got to navigate these balls that are down here, the 2 and the 7, and then look for a shot. Oh, he's actually going to play the safe.
Yeah, and we were sort of, well, I was anyway, questioning Corey's decision to chase a tough layout a few racks ago, and Darren in that position here, and he's pulled it back and gone a little bit more on the negative side. So interesting decisions being made out there.
That was actually a really cool shot to see because he played it very well. Obviously, you would think you'd want the cue ball a little higher, closer to the 7, but really locking that ball in the pocket and making it difficult for Corey to have a shot on this 14.
Didn't realise he'd actually left him the edge there, so he was able to play the combination. But it's still, that's not where the problem's finished. There's still plenty of issues out there.
Yeah, I think this 10 ball does just slide in between the 8 and the 15 into the corner pocket.
Well, that changes things. I thought the 10 ball was in a spot of bother, and you put the 10 ball with the 14 ball, and all of a sudden you've got 2 big problems to solve. But the fact that goes, it's maybe it's just certainly a misstep from Darren. He's got to make sure if he's playing that shot that he doesn't leave Corey the edge.
And I think Corey has the ability to go 2 rails around just like this. He wants to be on the underside of it. Obviously not what he wanted, but we may see an opportunity here. Depending on how that 2 ball is sitting, we might be able to follow this in. But the 8 ball's in a weird spot as well. And you can't say Corey hasn't had the dig and the drive to win these matches, because he's played excellent for the most part.
He's got that one wrong though. So Darren did get what he wanted.
Just took him a few shots.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, asked Corey to take out a tough finish and he didn't. It leaves Darren out wide open, easy run out to tie the scores up.
He's played that pretty well. Maybe didn't want as much angle. I think he may play this in the corner just so his cue ball movement isn't as harsh. And he's up on the 8 ball here. We're looking at 2-2 in our 32 round. Of course, this is single elimination now. I gotta have one. Gotta have one. And if you own a pool room, I would definitely say this is the rack that you want on your tables. It makes things effortless.
They're so good that I don't even play pool anymore, and I've got one.
Corey here with another good opportunity. And again, this has been the story of the whole tournament. We see it very close in the beginning, and then somebody takes off.
Yeah, both these players will hope it's them. Corey's in great shape here, though, to deal with his own break again. I'm actually pleased to see him sort of change the break up a little bit. When he started playing the shootout, it was all side breaks, but they just weren't working at all. They were coming out congested and clustered and causing awkward racks. But you're as good as Corey. Might just open them up and get the frame one.
Yeah, and this is tic-tac-toe here. Just needs a good layout on the one ball and he'll be perfect. A little touch on the 8 didn't hurt him. It came out really well here. Going to be shooting the 8 ball into the bottom left. Great shot there. Corey Deuel, very easy to follow as well. I love how quick it is. Look at this. 8 ball moving. No golden break here, but no ball down. Corey has an opportunity here to steal the rack. The 6 and the 11 there make it a little tough for solids. Looks like the 3 passes. I think I have to take stripes here. No, that's what Corey's elected to do.
It is another tricky layout, but easier than a couple he's taken on.
And this is not a given shot. The point is big. He made it very well. The key to this rack is simply having any position on the 15 and the 11 ball. If he can get those, he'll be in prime position.
The 11's the one, isn't it? It's just awkward because of the 6. So that's why he's going to take it now. You would want to get it out and done with as early as possible. Maybe would have liked another few rolls up the table, but this is lovely.
And I think he wants a straighter angle on the 10 to play the 15. Maybe one of the reasons he opted to take the 11 there. He kind of ended up at the same angle here. Another tough shot here. Definitely not the easiest. Played it well. Corey really been on his game. He had a tough start, lost his luggage, had to get an overnight cue sent to him, but really done well in that situation.
Yeah, and he's certainly getting to grips with it now, isn't he? It's Narano and Shane Thompson beat Jeff Sullivan 7-5, 7-1 respectively. So that's that quarter of the draw.
Yeah, just one match still going in that top 32, and it must be an absolute nail biter. And speaking of nail biters here, Corey trying to run away, and this is a really nasty position for the stripes. Just everything kind of bunched up, so I think is he going to play the 10 here? Now, the 9 ball has a hole. I don't know if the 12 can go in the corner, but maybe into the side. Maybe it's not as bad as I initially thought.
I quite like the stripes, because the stripes you can pick off and it just opens up the 8 ball, whereas the solids you're going to have to deal with the 8 ball. Wants to get rid of the 13. Love to be a touch higher up the table. So a tough shot here to control. It was a tough shot to control, but he controlled it incredibly well.
And recognized there that he could roll back onto that 1 ball and hold for shape on the 15. So here, I can't tell what his next shot is going to be. He may have to send the cue ball for a ride here. Watch the side pocket. Came up good.
He's on the 9. Which in turn opens up the 12. Or does it? Yeah, does it still go in the side? It goes in the corner, so it's just not really an issue. It didn't go in the corner before, but now it does, I think.
Yeah, and I think all that does is just change the pattern he's going to have to play. He could have played the 12 next, but I think he's going to have to play the 11 here and roll up, which is exactly what he's set up for. Corey really sometimes a little unorthodox with the way he runs out, but it really works for him. And you can't argue with results here. 5-2.
Yeah, he's flying along. He's in the same section of the draw as Chris Melling, who beat Joey A 7-3. Jonathan Hennessy beat Braxton Gleason 7-4. And yeah, it's all starting to shape up nicely as we see the 8-ball go in. Now this is an interesting one and a tough one because obviously no golden breaks in play. Well, actually, I was about to say he's dry other than the 8-ball, but he did make another ball, so it's fine. That the ruling is that if no other balls are made, then it counts as a dry break, which is actually, no, I was right. So the 8-ball is the only ball made. It's a dry break.
Yeah, and that's fair. You know, when you spot the 8-ball, if there's still 15 on the table, it's not your shot anymore. It's pretty easy to understand.
That's the thing. I mean, I understand why Darren's frustrated. I really do. He's made a ball off the break and he's dry. But when you look at the table, there's 15 balls on there. So to say you've made a ball, it doesn't really make any sense as well.
Oh, and well, Corey didn't give that shot the respect it deserved. And Darren quickly back to the table here. Barely had a chance to sit down, actually.
Yeah. A little bit of a moan with a referee Trish, and before you know it, he's straight back to the table.
And this is an interesting dynamic on this match. If Darren Appleton were to win this, he'll have a rematch with his first shootout opponent, Jacob Watson, waiting on the winner of this one. All of our other matches on the way. This is getting exciting, Simon. I'm really just absolutely blown away with how fun this has been this weekend. And we're really just now getting into the fire of it.
Yeah, I mean it's been a nice build since the shootout Thursday. You know, it came in hard with just a hugely dramatic day, and then it's slowly built since then. And I think over the course of the next few hours and into this evening, we're going to see plenty more because, well, there's 3 big trophies to hand out today.
Absolutely, ladies, juniors, and the Open, and a lot of these juniors out here competing for maybe the first time. It's been a lot of excitement for them, and one of those young gentlemen or ladies is going to hold up a trophy. Might be bigger than them.
Yeah, and win a fair bit of cash as well, which is always nice.
Absolutely. We've seen a few of our ladies on the TV table here. Good showing for them as well. They're down to their final 8 and moving down as we speak, as Darren
doesn't include a golden break or golden duck. That is very much a tournament rule, as is the 30 seconds and the match clock and everything else. That is a tournament rule as well. If you're just playing international 8-ball rules with your buddies or in a league, and then the rules themselves have a state of 45-second clock, but you can change that per tournament.
How excited are you to see the leagues pop up in the United States? We've announced so many so far, and there's tons more to announce. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? It's really exciting. I think more than anything else, I really believe in Ultimate Pool and the match formats, the fun. It's pool, and it's pool as you know it, but it's not the international 8-ball rules that changes things for me. It's the match clock and the shot clock, and it's so much more fun to play.
And the general consensus by everyone I've talked to this weekend is just simply the excitement, the buzz for something a little different, a little new, and very much so a buzz.
Didn't quite work out for Corey, so he's now in trouble in this rack. What's he got for us? Trying to break out the 6 and open up the 12. And
Corey here looking to Oh, well, what a clever shot that was. Banking the 14 into the 6 into the 12. That was really, really struck well and opened up the rest of the rack. Corey making an immaculate shot to put himself on the hill if he can get out here. Oh, no. And just seems to go that way. Sometimes you make the great one and unfortunately missed the easier one. Darren at the table here gonna still this rack. Really such a shame because the shot by Corey was very creative.
It was really creative, and well, that should have put him on the hill. I know you've still got got a couple of shots to play. I'm not saying he didn't, but that shot deserved it and didn't make it. And that's, well, look at Darren. All of a sudden, there's a bit of a bounce in his step, and he's right back in this match.
And Darren here has really had some very fortunate situations. The 8 on the break, and then Corey missing his opening shot there. Corey making a phenomenal shot and not getting out. Darren getting some huge opportunities here and not wasting them. He takes the rack, and now here we are, 4-5, much closer than it could have been. Person semifinal, Jaden Holt up 3-0 over Jacob Hodges. Braden Splon up 2-0 over William Banda. We will have a junior finals soon, and oh, that is not what Darren needed there. An unfortunate scratch on the break.
Yeah, not good. Just when he was starting to, well, be gifted chances to get back into it. I mean, that's really poor and really unlucky to be kind of double kicked in like that.
Absolutely. And Corey here has got to take advantage. He cannot let what's happened the last few racks affect him. Corey a little undecided here. His time is going to run. 3 seconds. Oof. Cutting it close there with the time clock. Made a quick decision. And now he's going to have to work with a tough layout. Played a good shot there. I think the key here, because the 11 ball does go very cleanly, he just needs to be able to shoot the 10-9 combo and make sure that the 10 stays close to that rail and leaves an opportunity to shoot it in the same pocket. Just like that.
Yeah, he's in great shape here. As much as he rushed the shot 3-4 shots ago, it actually worked out perfectly for him. Everything's now in line and fairly simple. Touch short on that one, but that shouldn't really cause him any problems.
I think he can comfortably bump into the 8 ball if he needed to here, just to hold down on that line. Great shot. And just one more. Maybe he wanted his cue ball a little bit further off the rail so he could manipulate the cue ball a little better.
Yeah, I think he was hoping for a fuller contact on the 8 ball and it just skidded off it. Yeah, hit it well.
Yeah, a little close for comfort for me, but it's going to work out. He has a clean shot at the ball, and he is going to go to the hill when that ball drops. Corey Deuel making quick work of a interesting rack here, looking to add their name to Darren Appleton's on the history of this event. Not a bad name to share with there. And a good break here. The 8 ball, the only ball in a real bit of trouble. Should be fairly easy to get that 8 ball moving. He's got some great shots to be able to do it. And Darren just has to hope for an opportunity here.
Just about hope to cling to here for Darren, but not too much. 8 ball just needs a little bit of work.
I think we may see that 8 ball being bumped here.
Well, that'll maybe give Darren a touch of hope even more. It hasn't quite popped out.
I'm not sure, but I think the 8 ball might actually go in the side pocket. It is very tight. Not a shot I want to shoot for the win. I think we may see him try and bump that again in one of these next 3 balls. May feel comfortable with it though.
Yeah, it doesn't have a great ball to do it. Maybe now we have to force it. Yeah, he's happy to leave it, so he's must believe it goes. I mean, he does have enough angle here if he wants to. He could play into it again, or more likely play into the 2 ball, but I think he'd made his decision that it goes.
Ugh.
Wow, he wanted to be right behind it.
Yeah, and this makes it tenfold more difficult.
And it goes though, still manages to find a way. Corey Deuel marches on. The shootout champion Darren Appleton is out. No double for Dynamite, but Corey Deuel, principal, he is marching on. He's into the last 16.